Since it's a rare sunny day, about the 1st of May, we decided to go take the short drive to Silver Creek Falls State
Are you ready
Park,
to go?
here where we
Huh?
live.
Yeah.
We read the rules and regulations before we start down the trail. We have already a permit. We bought a yearly permit to go to the Oregon State Park, so we're all set and ready to go. As we start down the trail, the roar
North
of the
Falls
waterfalls is
Falls
in the
Trailhead,
background.
the Twin Falls Trailhead, and you can go around the lower north and the lower south Falls District.
Since we only have a short period of time to go on our hike today, it's already past noon. We'll just go on to 2 of the waterfalls. If you follow the trail, it'll take you to a total of 10 waterfalls. Kind of an incredible sight as the creek rushes down and then plunges off into a waterfall right in front of your eyes.
Fern and lily of the valley and some wood sorrel mixed in with this.
Since this waterfalls is quite close to Oregon's population centers, that would be Portland and Salem and several other places, it gets a lot of use. Silver Creek is swollen pretty good from a lot of rain, and the trail is just a little bit muddy, but still manageable. And so we're going to go take a look at our first waterfalls. We walked down a very good trail though, just a little muddy, and it even has the guardrails. You have to watch your head. There's a place or two where you walk through sort of a little alcove and you can bump your head. But we can get down here and take a really good look at the waterfalls, and there's a lot of real interesting vegetation alongside the trail as we move on down. Lots of ferns, and also the wood sorrel and lily of the valley are growing along the trail. There's one big waterfall and then a little one alongside it as it plunges down to the creek below. Incredible to see this kind of sight this close to the population centers, where you can go up and have a picnic and spend the day watching the waterfalls. It's 7.2 mile round trip trail if you want to go to all the 10 waterfalls. Some of these trails were built during the Depression by the CCCs to work our way out of the Great Depression.
What's down this trail now?
This was a real great waterfall, but we're going to my all-time favorite waterfall just a short drive ahead. Down an incredible forested, through an incredible forest of trees, we go down a windy road and follow the signs till we get to our next destination, which will be a really, really nice waterfall where we've gone a few times. Although this is close to where I live, we haven't been here that much. There are numerous old buildings built here by the CCCs and They're maintained by the state parks and a lot of volunteers. There's what they call an organization they call Friends of Silver Creek Falls, and they have quite a few members that do a whole lot of work, and they're very dedicated to their job. They even run a little gift shop and a few other things, and they do a lot of the maintenance on the trails and the buildings as well. We're going to find us a place to park in the even bigger parking lot here.
The Oregon grapes are in bloom now. They've got a nice little bed of Oregon grapes here.
From the parking lot, we can hear the roar of water, and then we walk just a little ways from there, and we see the creek just disappear out of sight. Then we walk around the trail a little ways, and there it is, the Silver Creek Falls. Some wood sorrel decorates the edge of the trail as we move down the trail toward the waterfall. You can enjoy this waterfall with all your senses. First the vision, and then the roar of the waterfalls in the background is almost deafening. And you can feel the spray on your body as you walk down. As this water plunges down, spray comes up in a form of fog and makes the vegetation so lush around it, and you can definitely feel it on your skin. The trail is built through a little alcove that's been washed out here thousands of years ago, and so they're making use of the land as it is. If you're very tall, you need to watch your head and duck, but that's just the beauty of the thing, is all these trails follow the natural curve of the land. So I'm going to walk directly under it. I have to go through this little alcove, watching my head and moving carefully around as I go right under the waterfalls. It's almost like a spring shower. You feel this spray all over you, and everything smells so fresh and clean, and this water seems to be so clear and pure as it comes up in the form of spray, roaring up from where the falls once again join Silver Creek. I'm going to walk all the way under the falls and around on a trail on the other side, which winds around and goes back down and crosses Silver Creek, and then you join the trail you were on to go back up. I thought this was the thing dreams are made of, where you go right under a waterfall. A totally incredible experience to go under a waterfall and then come out on the other side through a little alcove. I have a lot of spray on my camera. I hope it doesn't hurt it. Mine isn't waterproof, but I'll be real careful of it, dry it out good when I'm done. I walk on around through this little cave-like place where the natural trail was made, and they've got a good sturdy guardrail on it, and I can watch that fall come roaring down and crash into the creek below. You get the total experience going around here. The sound, the feel of the water on you, and the fresh smell of the air as this spray is irrigating a lot of the vegetation at trail's side. As you get around, you can see the water coming down and joining the pool. When I first met Marge, this has been over 60 years ago, we went to Silver Creek Falls. She told me about the place. Since she was raised in the Willamette Valley not far from there, she knew about it. But myself, coming from Montana, I had no idea it was such a marvelous falls so close to where we were. Even the rails are built double sturdy, and now I'm going to cross the bridge and go up the trail on the other side and join the trail I came down. I can look across and see the trail I went under the waterfalls on as it follows the natural slope of the earth and goes through this little alcove and back up. There's some colt's feet growing on trail's edge, and finally I get to the pickup, and so we're going to fire the pickup up and go down and take a look at the neat little town of Silverton. I get there and startle Marge. She didn't go with me on all of the hike because her knee was bothered. She's going to get that fixed and join me on the next time. Silverton is a very nice little town with lots of very unique little churches, and they have what they call the Silverton Mural Society, which has made these big paintings on buildings all through the town. They've been quite active in this group. Silverton's quite a nice little town with lots of these paintings on buildings, and there's even a good dog that just kind of took liberty to be wherever he wanted in the car, and he'd stick his head out. Then we head home past a little church on a hilltop with a cemetery and
Silver Creek Falls. That was a big.
a log truck load of logs.